Oh yes, we are live. What's up, James? What's up, Adam? What's up, Chetan? Michael? Francisco? People just keep tuning in. How are you guys? Good morning from Stockholm, Sweden. I pulled the all-nighter last night, so I woke up a couple of minutes ago. But today, it's a good day because I'm gonna show you guys a little bit how I made my track, no matter where we are. I'm just gonna share this post, and I hope you guys share it as well, because today's gonna be epic. If you can hear me loud and clear, just let me know in the comments. Press love, like, however you feel today. Comment in the comment field how you feel right now. What's up, Patrick? Good afternoon. What's up, Zach? Yes, you can hear me very good. Thank you, Michael. That's awesome. So, let me know. How do you feel today? I feel good. I just woke up. So basically, it's been like a couple of hectical weeks. The past weeks in Asia. Many hours of flying back and forth, and some cold, some flu. And now I've been home for like 1 week. I've been working my ass off. Had so many deadlines, so many tracks to finish. Yeah, so I just had so many deadlines right now to finish. So I'm home right now and I'm working all night, So I don't get so much sleep. So I'm a little bit slow today. So please, in advance, forgive me a little bit for that one. Also, for everything, I will answer almost all the questions afterwards, as I usually do. So you can just comment. You don't need to spam. You can just comment one time or two times, because I will just explain a little bit how I made the track, no matter where we are. Out now on Revealed. And by the way, thank you so much for all the amazing support. I think we topped in the charts, like on the fourth place on the big room charts. It's pretty epic. So I'm really happy. It's all because of you, all the amazing support from you guys. So awesome with us. Okay, so what are we doing today? We're doing a walkthrough. I'm doing a walkthrough on my track, no matter where we are. I'm gonna show you how I did the track, the fundamental, the base of the track. And the thing is, I will do a masterclass during ADE, Amsterdam Dance Event, in October, the 17th of October. That's actually my birthday, so I'm gonna celebrate my birthday with a masterclass. That's epic. And there I'm gonna show in depth, no matter where we are. So today I don't have so much time today, but the thing is, I want to show you anyways, like the fundamental parts of the track, and then you can sign up for the masterclass also later for the Reveal masterclass. And obviously you have a lot of accessible masterclass there. Not only me, like you have Thomas Gold, Kura, Conroe, and also other labels who are doing the masterclass as well with NLDJ. So yeah, I mean, I will post this video afterwards as well. So I hope you will like it. So I think we should get started. I have my project open already, so I will turn my screen down here. I'm so sorry about the quality. Again, I was trying to do a live stream from a computer, from a producing computer, but it can't handle the streaming program that I'm using. So the thing is that it's lagging a lot. So it makes it impossible to show you guys with a good quality screen. So I'm afraid that this is the only possibility, for now. But as I said, during Amsterdam Dance Event, they will do a live stream from the masterclass that I will be doing there. So I will comment the link later in the comment field, so you can go in and check the prices and see what's possible for you. I'm sure that they have a lot of different payment plans or whatever. Today I will do my best to show you guys how I did the track. I will show basically the drop and the build-ups and I'll also show the breaks. But the thing with the breaks in this track is that it's actually live guitars, like real guitars. So it's mostly like layered real guitars. I didn't play the guitars, so because I don't play professionally guitar, but I will show you anyways. So I think we should start off with let's start off with the break, and then continue up to the drop. The thing is with this track is that I want to tell you, because it's a very simple track. It's not like the usual. It's not like hundred channels of leads. For this track, it's just very simple, and actually sometimes the to keep it simple is very difficult. But the thing is with this track, what I really love with this track is that it has this piano, and it's more like laid back, but also very energetic at the same time. So I don't know, like I found a really cool balance between the chill and the energy, And also, actually, this track works really well as well in the club and at the festival. I tried it at Creamfields, and the response was really good. So it's a very stripped back track. So today's episode will not be that long because the track is quite stripped back. But I will show you anyways some elements that and also how I start off the track. So I hope you will like it. Let's see here. This should be good. Yeah, this should be good. So again, if you have any questions, please ask them once, and then I will answer them all the questions later afterwards. So basically, with this guitar, with this track, is that what really makes the track is the vocals. I heard the vocals in a commercial like 2 years ago or last year or something, and I always loved the track in that commercial. It was for a male online shop, web shop brand, and I've always loved it. And we got it from the writers, and they gave us the approval to use it. So basically, what I got was the vocals. Actually, I got the dry vocals and also the wet vocals, but I really love the way that they mix the vocals. It sounds so amazing. So I actually used the wet vocals for this one. Usually I do my own vocals. I mix them by myself. But for this one, they were already so amazing. So basically, to start off the track here, we have I have one bounce here. What I usually do, because my computer can't handle that many channels anymore. So what I have to do is I have to separate all my projects. So I have one project for the breaks, one drop for the intros and outros, and one drop for the drops, and also the other elements that I add to the track. So if you see down here, I have one WAV basically, and that's with all the guitars basically. I might jump into the break project as well afterwards when I'm done with this drop project. Just show you the different elements of the guitars, because I think it's like 4 or 5 elements that really makes the guitar amazing. And obviously some simple automation, but nothing fancy. Let's continue. I did some like a little bit of EQing, because the vocal was a little bit harsh in some frequencies. So I actually mixed and mastered this track in the studio that I rented, so I could really hear some bad frequencies. So I did some simple EQing here with Fab Filter. What was a really good technique. I've showed this before in my other music mentions, but a simple method is that you just use any EQing that you have. You boost it to the maximum, and what's really cool with Fab Filter is that you can solo the frequency basically. You can't do that in Logic's own EQ, but I will show you, for example. So I have the vocal here. This is on the vocal channel, and then I have the EQ, right? So now you only hear the frequency that I'm soloing basically, and then you can really find all the bad frequencies. And when you find a bad frequency, you just dip it. Maybe not that much. You dip it a little bit, and then you done some nice processing to the vocal, and that's what I did, because it yeah, it has some. Usually in a vocal or in an instrument or in a sound, you have at least like at least 1 to like 3 or 4 bad frequencies that you don't want. And for this one, yeah, I did some harsh cutting on 3 frequencies in this vocal, and then I did some dipping in the high frequencies and also some in the lows. Yeah. And then if you continue to the pre-chorus, what I really love with this one is that you have this the track already starts to have a good flow from the beginning, and that's why, because I did this beat. I will show you this beat right here. Oh. Like a classical pop sounding beat, but this actually just makes the whole track just float a little bit and makes the track very interesting. And this is also like a trick for you guys that produce at home. Like also what I struggled with before was that like the breaks were quite boring. Like you have the piano, right, and then you loop it, and then you do the build up and then you drop. But if you add different elements to your breaks to make them interesting, like it could be like a snap, like, or a clap, or ride, or a beat like this. The thing is, with this beat, you can't really hear it with the whole track. It's very subtle. Like it's very low in the whole mix. So you can't really hear it, but on a big PA system, you can really hear like especially the kick, like. It really just makes the whole the break just flow way better. And I always use like some effects for my breaks, like just to have some nice transitions between like the different parts of the break, basically. And then I have some strings that also you can't really hear them, but. This is very high cutted strings, but they actually fill out the frequency spectrum in an amazing way. With these strings, I have an organ. And this organ actually also functions as a sub as well. As you can see here in the MIDI, it's a lot of in the different elements of the octave. Yeah, of the piano roll, basically, it goes down very low because I also wanted the organ to be act as a sub. But again, you want in this track I wanted the vocal and the guitars to be in the front, in your face. So I have the vocals and the guitars in the front, and very centered in the mix, and very high in volume as well. And then I have these other elements very low in the mix. And then when I come to the build-up, for this track is very suitable for radios. That's why I wanted to have the arrangement very intense and very, yeah, quite always, it's always happening stuff, you know. So the build-up actually is a part of, the chorus is actually a part of the build-up. Usually you have a chorus and then you have the build-up to build the tension up a little bit, and then the drop comes. But for this one, for the first part of the track, the chorus of the vocal is actually a part of the build-up. So I will show you, for example. So here I introduced basically the drop piano, which also functions as the main element of the track, which is this one. And this is a simple EXS24 sampler piano, nothing fancy. It's all about the processing, and also the notes and the basically the notes of how you play the piano, and also also the chords, like how they sound, if they're emotional or not. And I will zoom in a little bit so you can see. What's really cool with this track, in my opinion, is that the notes are not on the grid. They're very humanized. I actually played these chords live on my MIDI piano, And then when you start to quantize the chords basically to the beat, so it's on the grid. For this one, I love the way it sounded. It sounded very human, humanized. So what I did, I actually left a lot of notes. So I think the bass notes are on the grid, and the rest of the notes are a little bit here and there, a little bit after, on the, like a millisecond after, a millisecond before. It depends on how I played it. But basically, this main chord, I actually came up with it when I was home. I was just playing the piano a little bit, and then I was in the flow, and then I just played this. So I played this live basically, and then I just recorded it into the session, and then that actually ended up to be the main element. Instead of using a lead melody or whatever, I actually decided to go back to the old school, where you just use this piano, as the main element of the track, and that's what I love with this one. That's also what I found a little bit charming with this track. So basically, when you have the chorus comes in, right? So what you have here, you have the piano, you have the snares. So just to keep the flow going a little bit, I just introduced all the snares and everything. Just some classic snares. I also did a kick in the build-up, just to give the snares a little bit more of a body. That's also a good trick, to use a kick. Swedish Mafia do it. All the big guys are doing it. So why not doing it yourself? It really fills out the body of the snares in a really good way. And when this starts to build up, I always do automation basically, and I always do automation just to create this vibe a little bit, and also create this tension before the drop. Because if you just go straight forward to the drop, the chance is that it will be less energy. If the impact will be way bigger if you actually do automation, like low cut automation, reverb automation, volume automation, high cut automation. For this one, I did reverb automation and low cut automation. So basically, just before the drop hits, it sounds like this. And this is the A-verb. This A-verb is very CPU cheap, so it doesn't take so much of space of your project. So the more, the closer the drop it comes, the more the wet of the reverb is going up basically. That makes it a little bit the tension. It makes also the piano disappear a little bit in the mix. So you will hear more of other sounds coming in, like the snares and also the top melody. And obviously, when you do a reverb automation, you should always do a low cut automation with it, because usually a reverb can create a lot of mess in the low frequencies. So what I usually recommend is to always do a low cut automation with that reverb automation. And then we have I also introduced the top melody. And basically, why I choose this melody, this is a very simple melody. It's not really. This is mainly just because I want to create some atmospheric vibes in the track. Usually I love to create atmospheric vibes with either ARP or top melody or something. But since I only did have a piano for this track in the drop, I wanted something more reverby and more dreamy in the drop. So that's why I just did this simple melody that really suits well with the drop chords. And then with this sound, I also have a guitar. And this also acts like the extra atmospheric melody basically. And also, as always, at ARP, I love to use ARPs. Maybe I should stop using it soon because I use it in most of my tracks. But for me, sometimes I use it more and sometimes I use it less. So for this track, it's quite low in volume, so you can't really hear. If you really focus on what elements is in the track, you can hear it. But yeah, I always use it because it really makes the flow going a little bit. And since this track only has a piano, I want to make it something that makes it unique and also more energetic. And this kind of elements really helps it. So when the drop hits, the thing is with this track though, I have like two pianos in the drop, and then also I have the basses, and I always use my sub because my sub is really fat. I don't know if you can hear it. It's really huge. But what really makes this track really cool is the bass is the guitar. I'll show you. And this is just a codex. I think it's from Waves. It's a really random synth, you know. Sometimes I like to play around with different sounds. You find a preset and then you tweak it to your track, and that's what I've done here. You know, I found cool sounds that maybe not everybody else is using from different synths. This is from the codex. This is from Waves, I think. And then, you know, with some processing, you know, with some reverb, some distortion, sounds like this. Very boring, but you low cut it to 100 hertz because you want your your subs and stuff to be have their own space. And with some low cut, with some reverb and stuff like that, you get really a nice sounding guitar and also a bass. And what was really cool with this one is that I actually did a sidechain compression with this one. I did not do a LFO volume sidechain as I always do with my other basses. So basically with this track, I just let the main bass be sidechain compressed, which means that it will be way tighter with the kick, and also it has the same presets as the same settings as my piano. So my piano and this guitar bass ducks at the same time and also has the same amount of ducking. So it sounds like that basically. But with all the other basses, it really creates this nice tension to the drop. And let's see, I have another piano here. Yeah, it's a classic Mexican piano. This piano was more just to fill out the frequency spectrum, just to fill out my main piano a little bit. It sounds very nice already, but it was missing a little bit of how can I say this? Missing a little bit of crispiness. So I had this other piano from Nexus. It just sits well on top of the main piano. It's just perfect for the layering. And it goes hand in hand with that one, and also with the guitar bass. I also use some stuff like I think you remember this one. I used this also in my other tracks. This is from Silent, and this is a preset. It's the ARP. I think one of the first presets. When you open up the Silent, you have a preset, right? ARP, and this is from there, but it's heavily tweaked, so it doesn't sound like the first ugly Silent sound. But now it sounds pretty cool, and also it makes the whole track just flow, just keep the rhythm going and keeps the flow going with this one. For other stuff, you know, we have the bass and stuff. Pretty straightforward. Let's see here. So also in this gap here in the fill, I have the vocal no matter where we are. And then also, just to keep it simple, just to, you know, leave some air, because I like to pack all the sounds for 30 seconds. In that way, you will just keep everything so intense and so packed and very energized. So that's why I love when you have this, after 15 seconds, you just do this gap. You just let everything breathe. And I really love that, because That way you create a little bit of a gap there where you can just leave the busy track a little bit, and then you just come back with the boom again with all the effects. And also for this one, I have a very intense downlifters. They actually are going on almost every hit of the kick like this. Basically, this works as white noise for the just to keep the energy going with the drop, because I had a hard time getting the energy just keep going for the whole 15 seconds. So with this technique, I actually made it. You can really hear it, but it really just makes each hit more aggressive and more energized, and that's what I like with it. So just to keep going to the second break. Add some top pianos, of course. I love top pianos. I have my this is played live on my piano. Back here with the organs, with strings. I got the bass, and then we have the pre-chorus, which is like this. So let's just keep from the first part of the first second verse. Obviously, we have the guitar riffs. And also, of course, we have the for the second part of the track. Actually, I didn't use the kick. Boom, ka, boom, ka, boom. So basically, I just used the claps like this. Because I wanted I want to keep a little bit of the mysterious vibe to the second break, because already the track has been so intense, so I want to take down the tempo a little bit for the second break. And also, what's really cool with this one here, in the second break, I have this rave bass sounding stuff. This is from Nexus. This is what this one does is that it actually fills out a little bit of the mid and the lows. So, and also I open up the filter while it's going with the cut from the Nexus here. So it always makes the break more interesting, and always something happening. You hear something comes in the background, and then all of a sudden it's there 100%. Yeah. We have the middle part here. It's like the hands in the air part. We want like all the people to put their hands in the air. In the first part of the track, in this part here, actually it started to build up to the drop already. But I want to create more mysterious vibe to the second break. And what we have here is that I try to keep it very stripped back. So pianos, of course. I have the main piano. Sorry, like this. That is with the pianos, and then you have the vocoder. Because the vocoder really creates something, it adds some nice vibe to this pre-chorus. And of course, I have a guitar riff here from this is live recorded guitars. Yeah. So what this one does, it's just and and also on the beneath that we have the guitar riff again. Yeah, you know, it builds up just because you want, yeah, it's still the happy stuff, right? Then you have to build up. And what I did in the second build up is that I just kept it just plain, very just straightforward, with no melody, with no chords. So I used a lot of like uplifter effects like this. Here we have another one. It sounds a little bit like the intro, you know, in the Backstreet Boys track. Dun 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 dun. It's like in the intro there. Anyways, so for the second build up, I just wanted to leave a little bit of tension and leave more focus on the build up, just to create that extra energy in the second drop, because this really helps to. One, two, three, the drop comes, you know, and everything is up there. We have all the sounds. We have the lead here. Harp, bass, piano. So, as you can see, this is a very, very simple track, and that's what I kind of love with it. It's pretty cool, and it's quite different from other tracks, but still it has that Manse sound to it, and that's what I like with it. I can't really see any comments right now because I'm using this streaming program, but I will look at all the questions that you have regarding this track. I will actually go in depth on this track. I will show you all the secrets behind these tracks, like how I did with the multipressor, how I did with the compression, how I did all the different kinds of stuff with these tracks, and also how I did the guitar. I forgot about it. I want to show you the guitars, how I layered the guitars as well. Let's see here. So if you like it so far, how do you like it? Do you enjoy it? Have you learned a little bit? Let's see, Manse. Okay, so I'm opening up the project right now. Okay. So now we okay. So I have the break for the opener. So basically, this is only for the part for the guitars and the vocals, but actually the vocals didn't need any process because I like them as they were. So I just focus on the guitars. So for this one, it was actually live guitars. As you can hear, when it bites, what you will hear is that they will sound really weird by themselves, but in the end they will make sense. Then we have the guitar here. These guitars were actually recorded by Sophia, a really talented girl from Stockholm. It's beautiful, right? And it's all these elements that makes all the tracks there's all these elements that makes the acoustic guitar. So you don't really have one guitar. You have these all different elements that really makes the whole track more emotional. Beautiful, right? So like there are different ways to go. Either you do guitars with synths. Like Contact has some amazing guitars. Ample guitar is really good, but nothing beats a live guitar, like real guitars. And I want to keep the acoustic vibe to this track, so that's why I used the guitars as the main element for the breaks, and that's why I feel like this whole track is very very organic sounding. Like when you have the drop piano, it's very organic with humanized chords. Like they sound like I actually did play them live, so they are live played, so they are not on perfectly on the grid. So that also makes the whole track a little organic. So there's all these puzzles, they go well together. And for me, like this is one of my, like in my opinion, like one of my biggest tracks after like Freeze Time and Rising Sun, and like maybe Last Night of Our Lives as well. But for me, this vocal is amazing, and the guitars and also the drop, the whole vibe is incredible. So I really hope that you enjoyed it. And also, I just want to say like a big thanks, because it already it was like on the top 10 on the Beatport. That was super dope. I'm not looking so much on Beatport anymore. I'm focusing on Spotify. But yeah, it was really cool to see all the support from you guys. It means a lot, and also the amazing comments. It means the world to me. So that also makes me just keep on working on music. I have a lot of more music to come. A lot of more music to come to be released. So I really hope that you stay tuned, and yeah, I hope you like it. I will do a masterclass again, as I mentioned in the beginning. I will do a masterclass during Amsterdam Dance Event in Amsterdam in October during ADE, and with NLDJ and we will recording. So if you want to look out the prices and the schedules and everything, it's a pretty good. They have a really good deal for you, because you learn a lot. You learn a lot from a lot of talented producers like Thomas Gold. He's a legend, and also like Conroe, like Kura, yeah, a bunch of other guys that gonna be there as well. So you should go into the revealed. I will post a link later in the comments field, just so you can enter so you can see the prices and everything, and also the schedule. I really advise you to do that. Just to check it and see, and then I will also show you like more in depth how I made it. No matter where we are, like with all the different elements and stuff. This was more of a general view to show you other people how I did a track and stuff. So I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna eat breakfast now, I guess. I did a pull all-nighter last night, so I was working the whole night on music. That's why I'm a bit like covering my face and my head a little bit with a hoodie and cap. But I hope you will stay tuned for more midweek mentions. And yeah, big love again for all the support. Talk to you soon. Bye.